go close, my love. Nice one, oh. Oh my phone. Dali ah. Ay, let me do, be. Let me do. No, no. Shimon. So, ayan na guys, nag-ready na sila. Ready for... Guys, they found the phone. Oh my god, they're amazing.
Det var da hurtigt. Nu håber vi bare, at de kan trække billederne ud. Stadigvæk efter den lagt der sine mandler. Ja, og ja, det siger de.
Du har ikke set dem på YouTube, som finder telefoner alle mulige steder, så finder de en belæg der i 2 år. Så trækker de SD-kortet ud.
Ja, man har hørt sådan nogle historier. Ja.
Tænkte du, hvor der ikke var ret meget grød, eller hvad? Ja, altså, det var næsten lige fuldt. Okay, jeg får ellers. Det der, hvor jeg jo ikke...
Hui, the battery is down there.
Det var lige...
They are very professional.
Men en kamp kom derud. Ja, det skal du godt nok have. Ja, man skal godt nok have fat nede i bunden.
It's very quick. Cloud.
Pas, det var den forkerte. For at have Jensen Jamen, der skal nok ligge en bunke derude. Ja, jo. Det er sådan en biur, man ser svanerne, ikke også? Så man har våde hænder fra padlen, ikke?
Ja.
Så skal jeg sige, så skulle jeg lige zoome. Ja. Så skulle jeg lige zoome ind på de her svaner, ikke også? Ja. Hold dem der sådan her, ikke? Så smut. Ja, helt præcis. Ja.
Du kan bare sige, en skole. Det er godt. Nej, det var det ikke. Da den røg ned i de der grøder derude, så vil jeg aldrig få dem.
Nej, det er der noget helt godt.
Så vil jeg aldrig få dem.
Nej, det er vanskeligt. Ja.
Jeg var dernede, jeg var lige ved at hænge fast.
Ja, det er der, jeg var henne og havde fat i. Ja. Der var du ligner du en, der var ved at vikle det lidt. That's life in it.
You're so lucky, man. Oh. Are you happy? Yeah.
I can't believe it didn't take any water. It's been in the river for 1 week almost.
Oh. Ang saya ni Mister.
There's all the pictures.
Happy?
So you don't go wrong with a Huawei phone Pro model. Waterproof to 30 minutes. That 30 minutes was really 5 days.
Still survive. You are so amazing.
No, I'm not amazing. The phone is.
You have to contact the Huawei company and give biggest review for you.
It's charging now is 4%. Amazing.
So, alright everyone, it's a few days later after we got the phone turned on. And now, we would like to explain with you clearly and more explanation and more details about what happened and what we did for the phone. And yeah, first is we got the phone after 5 years in the water.
5 years, that was a long time.
No? We got the phone after 5 days in the water. So, tell me about the name of the phone and how many hours is that waterproof?
Okay, it's Huawei P30 Pro that we bought 44 years ago, about half a year old. And then we went canoeing.
Yeah.
And as I was filming with this cover on the phone, as I was filming some swans that we passed that you can see in the video, my right hand was wet because of the paddle.
Yeah.
And so I hold the cover with a wet hand here, and then I was zooming in on the phone to zoom in on the swans, you know.
Yeah.
And then it slipped. You have, even though this is rubber, you have a pretty poor grip on it. When the rubber gets worn, it gets smooth. Before it was not smooth. In the middle, it's not smooth.
Yeah.
But it gets smooth with time. So if you have a wet hand, it can slip very easily.
Yeah.
And then I should just let it drop down on my knees, because I hold it over the boat, over the canoe, not over the water. If I had just let it drop, then it wouldn't have fallen overboard.
Yeah.
But instinctively, you grab after the phone, you panic when you're near the water.
Yeah.
Well, you do anyway when you lose the phone. And then I accidentally kicked it overboard.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So the lesson learned is that when you are near water, have a good handle on the phone or the phone cover. You can stick some directly on the phone, or you can buy all sorts of gadgets, finger straps and small stands you fold up on the backside and whatever. Just anything to have a good hold on the phone, or you can screw it on to a small tripod, collapsible tripod.
Or put it in the plastic to make a water...
No, you will lose it anyway unless there's so much air in the plastic bag that it will float, okay.
Yeah, and then how many...
And then in case you lose not just the phone but a camera or other expensive gadgets near water, then always have, if you're in a boat or a canoe or a kayak, have Googles so you can search it. If we had Google, we would have been able to find it immediately after. But we didn't have any
but the water is too...
Or even better, Google and snorkel, right? So you can breathe same time you're looking for it. Yeah, that's quite cheap things if you're on at least a longer boat trip. But then... when we came back, she already filmed me. Hey, it's working, big surprise after we dried it for 2 days in this silica gel.
Yeah.
We put it down, well, of course, turned off the phone, put it down so it's covered in silica that you can buy in camera shops, for camera equipment. I have it because I'm a photographer to keep lenses and optics dry for a long time storage. Yeah. So then you just leave it, make sure it's well covered in the silica and leave it for a few days. Not just 1 day, a few days.
And how many days?
We had it in the silica for 2 days. Yeah, first we started out by rice, but we were advised not to use rice because it emits some chemical vapors or whatever, and it can get stuck in the charging port and expand and damage the charging port. This doesn't do the same. It doesn't expand when it absorbs the water. It stays the same size, so you don't have this danger with silica. But of course you must be sure that your silica, if it's old, that you dry it in the microwave oven or on the stove first, and it has to dry quite a long time before all the water is out of it. Some change to blue when you dry it from pink to blue. This one didn't change, only some small, I think it was a mixture. Sometimes I take the paperback silica out and mix together with what I have already. The blue ones are from one of these small silica bags that comes with camera stuff. And then first we went to the camera. We went to Elgiganten. That's a place, big store for electronics, and asked them what experience they had with people coming with phones that's water damaged, because we thought for sure it would be water damage, that water came inside. Well, but we took out, after we just dried it roughly, well, first after we got it out of the river, we put it in a jar full of water.
Clean it first.
Full of water. You don't want to dry it the wrong way, so you keep it in the water when you find it. And then you take it, if you think it's water damage, you take it to a photo shop and ask them what to do. But in this case, it's a Pro top model from Huawei, and they are warranted waterproof 30 minutes at 1.5 meter or by about 5 feet deep water. But in this case, it turned to exceed the 30 minutes about 250 times. 5 days. So that's good advertising for Huawei, at least. And we were really surprised. After we had changed the water from river water to clean water. We took it out and dried it with a towel, and then we took out the
SIM card.
the SIM card holder. I noticed that this was dry
Yeah, it's strange.
behind the rubber seal.
Yeah.
And so we suspected that maybe no water came inside. Also because the weight of the
still
foam
the
was
same.
not heavier.
Yeah.
It would be if it was full of water. We also didn't see any water
From the lens.
inside the lenses. Yeah, so that's a good sign. But then
Maybe because
after
it's
2 days,
not
I turned
broken.
on the phone and everything worked like it was supposed to.
Except just it's low bat because it's already 5 days in the water, so it's a low
Now,
bat.
the reason it was low bat, that was actually good because it kept filming video for 2 hours at the bottom of the river,
Yeah, as you
filming us looking for the phone even, and a small fish came into the view also. That ran down the battery, which is good because if water come into the phone when the video is running, it will short circuit the motherboard. And you need a new motherboard, and that's as expensive. Usually has to buy another second-hand phone. So it's good. The battery it kept filming. The battery ran out before any water came in. Well, in this case, no water came in anyway. It could probably have stayed a month at the bottom of the river.
Yeah, because
still,
it's off. Yeah, it's turned off by
because
herself.
if no water comes in 5 days, probably no water is going to come inside for a month or even more. Who knows?
Yeah.
This is a rare case. We went first to a phone repair shop in Silkeborg and asked him. He gave an offer for we didn't think before we dried it and turned it on that it would ever work again.
Yeah, because
so we were just interested in data recovery of my 9,900 pictures on the phone.
How many gigabyte is the phone?
It's 128.
Yeah, it's 128. So.
And then he said, nah, if it's been in the river for 5 days, he don't think he can get the data out.
Yeah.
And then we thought about it, and then we went home and we just did it ourselves, dried the phone like we talked about, and then turned it on and everything worked. Even the camera works perfectly. It's just like nothing ever happened. The phone is just like brand new still, really.
And the camera also.
The reason we even got the phone back is thanks to the Danish diving company here in Silkeborg called Højlands Frømandsklub, eller Søhøjlands Dykkerklub, der var han. Okay.
Thank you so much.
And they were really kind and helpful. Immediately we called them.
And then the day after.
Then he said, can you do tomorrow morning? And I said, yeah, anytime, you know. So they showed up 4 men strong. 3 divers.
3 divers.
And they went out into the river like you see in the video and found the phone within 10-15 minutes about.
Yeah.
And it was lucky that it was not stuck between the seagrass in the river, because that was quite dense. And if I had lost it in the area of the river where the seagrass was very dense, then they said the diver said they wouldn't have found it then, because they didn't bring a flashlight. So
they can't see it.
But that was a happy ending, and we are very thankful to the diving club.
Yeah, thank
and
you
then
so much.
we've seen a lot of videos on YouTube of divers who are nice
amazing.
people. They help out the animals, removing fishing nets in the ocean around whale sharks. You have whale sharks. It's not really a shark, it's a fish. It's the world's largest fish, 14 tons out in Philippines. You have those. And they often also, like the sharks and dolphins and sea turtles, get entangled in fishing nets. And the divers remove this from them, and even fishing hook from the sharks. They put their entire arm down in the great white shark's mouth to remove
just
fishing
to take
hooks,
out
and that would be thought
it's
pretty
really,
dangerous. But apparently the animals understand we are helping them, and they don't harm us then. So all thanks to the divers Thank you very much.
So, alright guys, and I hope you now you know all the story of the phone, and maraming salamat sa inyong lahat sa nag-advices sa amin na ito yung gagawin namin, ganito, ganyan. Thank you so much. And then, yeah, we are very thankful and happy because the phone
we forgot that.
He's still working and he's very happy. Like,
I'm still working. I forgot. We gave them some money for beer, and invited them to Villa Preciosa in Spain if they would like. On a free holiday for 1 week, free stay for 1 week, right?
Yeah.
If ever they would like to take advantage of this offer. All right, that's all from me.
Bye-bye.
Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now.